Today we're putting my iPhone 13 Pro camera lens up against the Sony 18-105mm f4 stop OSS camera lens that I recently purchased for my ZV-E10, and let me just tell you, the results might shock you. Whether you're thinking about upgrading your kit lens or if you're still wondering if the iPhone is king for convenience, this video is for you. I'll be answering three main questions. Who is this video for? Is this worth an investment? And is the iPhone quality actually better for photos and video? Also, before we get into it, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are so close to hitting 500 subscribers, which is just absurd, and so grateful for it. And I just found out that this channel was recently nominated for Credit the Creator that was started by Jack's Film, and I'm so grateful for that. If you guys want to vote, I linked the article below. There's a poll at the bottom where you can click my name. I would really appreciate the support. This is the 18-105mm f4 stop OSS camera lens that Sony came out with for their E-mount camera systems. Let's break down more of the specs. So the f4 stop lets in a solid amount of light into the photos and the videos that you're shooting. And the OSS stands for optical steady shot, which helps with stabilization, especially helpful if your camera doesn't have in-body stabilization like mine. I know for nighttime photography and videography, it does tend to struggle a little bit in terms of retaining the details. Now let's compare it to the iPhone 13 Pro, which has 3 different cameras and 3 different types of f-stops. The main camera has an f-stop of 1.5, the ultra-wide camera has 1.8, the telephoto camera lens has a 2.8 f-stop. But what's interesting is how both of these devices handle the depth of field, aka the nice blurry background which we call bokeh. With the Sony lens, the bokeh looks much more natural. It gives you that cinematic look. But with the iPhone, it uses a mix of optical and digital processing to create that effect. Sometimes the iPhone doesn't fully catch details, like the hairs around your subject, so the blur can look a little bit off or artificial. That's where the Sony lens really pulls ahead in sharpness and depth. Now let's talk about reachability, because this camera lens is insane when it comes to zooming in. With the 18-105mm, I can zoom in on a subject that's pretty far away without losing any image quality. But on the iPhone, you start to notice quality drop pretty fast, even when using the telephoto lens. It just doesn't have the same reach, and it gets pixelated or a little bit soft. So my Sony ZV-E10 does not have body stabilization, like I mentioned before, which is why I felt a little bit limited on trying to find the perfect lens that does it all. The iPhone 13 Pro does offer optical stabilization on the telephoto lens and the main camera lens, but the ultra-wide doesn't offer that. Now the big question, is this camera lens worth the investment? For me, absolutely. I mainly use my camera for video content, and I use a lot of handheld B-roll to capture that content as well. I need the OSS feature, and I also wanted a lower f-stop to let in more light than my kit lens. What's really great about this camera lens is that I can instantaneously shoot from my talking head shots to capturing B-roll without having to switch the lens, and I can even add that nice blurry effect if I ever wanted to take portrait photos. Or if I'm out and about and I need to capture something that's really far away, I can do that as well with just zooming in. Normally, this camera lens goes for $649.99, which is a little bit pricey, but for what you're getting, the versatility is amazing, and it's like an all-rounder camera. But I managed to find my camera lens on eBay in good condition for $369, which is half the price. So if you're someone who's been trying to see if you wanted to upgrade the kit lens, this might be the perfect step for you. And if you're trying to get more professional looking photos and videos compared to your iPhone, I recommend looking into an APS-C camera lenses like this one. And here's a visual difference on the camera sensors, just so you guys could get a better idea on the sizes. And guys, let me know down in the comments below whether you're thinking about upgrading your camera lens or if you think the iPhone is good enough for your needs. And again, guys, if you would like to vote for me in the Credit the Creator series, the link will be down in the description below. And thank you guys so much for the support. I promise you, every time I read your comments, I get very happy because I gain new knowledge from you guys down in the comments below. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.